What up? Welcome to another episode of From the Script to the Screen. The My Hero edition of From the Script to the Screen. Episode 24, Season 6 is out. And they covered chapters 323, 4, and 5. Jumping a little bit into 326. But very emotional episode. And they kind of summarized, and we saw come into play a lot of emotions that have been happening throughout the show. And you kind of saw all those things bubble up and just come up, explode into the surface. Finally, when we get the clash of some of the heroes and the disgruntled citizens. So now the episode starts off pretty cool and with a little bit of information, because we do learn a little bit about the principal. We saw a little bit of his quirk before, and we know that he's super intelligent, and we know that his intellect always lets him be a couple steps ahead of, his competition, I would say, his adversaries. But we did also learn that he's kind of a philanthropist, and that he deals with just the overall morality of quirks. Something that I thought was pretty cool when I learned about it, because, things like people having invisibility and things like that, or being able to produce certain things, would be able to manipulate the system. So I could understand why there is some people that would want to deal with just the morality of certain quirks. But they did finally explain the UA barrier, and we know that the schools have been broken into before. Like I said, the students have been up against it since the beginning of the show, and we do know now that with Shigaraki's quirk decay, since it's able to spread wide and just basically touch anything, like Kinamari said in the it's like a robot anime, and the school kind of breaks apart and comes together. They even said that it's able to come together with another school, so it's pretty intricate, a pretty cool design. It was dope to see. One of my favorite panels this week, because you guys see that they did take their time and tried to make sure that Shigaraki and the League of Villains and everybody else wouldn't be able to just go and break in like they've done to the prison and to the school in previous times. But like I said, being that the students were finally able to convince Deku to come to the school, we see that some of the citizens still have a problem with it. Not everyone feels comfortable, even though they've been told that they're safe. And from what we saw, the explanation, I do feel and I do agree that the citizens are pretty safe. They still feel a certain way about it, knowing that this bomb and just the whole point of this chaos is gonna be sitting alongside them. So you can't really blame them, being regular citizens, seeing just what they're up against. But like I said, there's a lot of plots and emotions that come into play, because one thing that we do see is just how heroes are normal people too, right? We've seen just after these events that some heroes have decided to hang up their capes. So you should have some respect for the ones that still want to do their job, right? Still want to put up and still are willing to put up their life to defend you guys, the citizens. Because like I said, we've seen before that a lot of people feel a way about certain heroes, I would say, manipulating the system, taking advantage of the fame and fortune that comes with being a superhero. So now that those people have, again, decided to step away, the ones that are still there, you shouldn't be making it so hard for them too. Which is what you see Ochako trying to explain to the citizens, to try to have a little bit of sympathy for the guys that are still out there willing to risk their lives and defend the citizens. basically pleading with the citizens to let the homie Deku back into his own school. But of course, well understood with everything that's going on. What I enjoyed seeing at the end of the episode was the citizens coming to the realization that They have forgotten the human element of the heroes and just what it takes to be a hero. And we've seen the other side of this. We know a lot of heroes have sacrificed their families and just their personal lives, putting all distractions aside and letting them focus on the sole purpose of being a hero. So that's why I say it's a lot of themes that we've seen throughout the show, kind of all coming to a point. And like the gentleman says, the citizen, they forgotten just the soul behind the hero All Might. We know, like I said, these are regular people at the end of the day. They're not like Superman, They're not indestructible. Something can happen to them. So it was cool to see at the end. We see the heroes and citizens come together and start to prepare for what's going to be round 2. Everybody's kind of at ease, at least for now. And even though they do understand that they have a lot to do and they are nervous themselves, they're going to try to work together to get everything back to normal. So we kind of see them gearing up for that. We got 1 episode left of the season, sad to see. But we know that it takes time for them to give us what they do. So shout out to Studio Bones. Let me know what you guys thought about the season and what's coming next. 1 episode left, like I said. Let's see how they end it. Peace.